It's the off season. If you're not playing in the playoffs, it's the off season. So what's your quarterback doing? Maybe going to Cancun, heading home. Definitely done with the season. Our season ended Monday night. Most of the players of the Vikings are on their way out of town. Heading out, they've had their exit interviews. But what about our quarterback? What's he doing right now?
You mentioned McCarthy, though. I mean, from a physical standpoint alone, like, where is he at, and like, how can you kind of think about what he might do until he's at that point?
Yeah, he's on the field, throwing and training. I try and go get a walk in before I talk to you guys, so I don't talk as quickly. That's what people tell me. I talk a little quick sometimes. So I was in there, and he was actually in there doing some, those cool quarterback thrusty things that Dak does. With weights, he was in there doing them. He looks great. He's excited. You talk about a kid who's just obsessed with football and loves being around the game. So we're excited about what we have in him. We're excited for this offseason for him. It's a big offseason. And then, we'll continue from there.
My quarterback is working out at the facility 3 days after the season ended. I love it. I absolutely love it. I want a quarterback with a diabolical, maniacal attitude towards the position. I want them to be single-mindedly obsessed with bettering themselves, bettering the team, working at their craft. I think this is beautiful. I was watching the press conference yesterday with Kwesi, and this just jumped out at me. Just jumped right out at me. How can you not love the fact that you have a young quarterback who's just coming off of one singular surgery? He did not have two surgeries. He had one surgery and then an injection of platelets. That's it. That is a standard procedure following a meniscus surgery. Look it up. So sick of these national media haircut jabronis getting on here saying, two surgeries. He didn't have two surgeries. He had one surgery and then one platelet injection, which is standard procedure. SOP, baby. He's out there working. He's out there working right now. I love it. I love it. This is the kind of dedication you want from your quarterback. This is the kind of dedication you want from your quarterback. As well as Sam Darnold played this entire season except the last two games. What you want from your quarterback in 2025 is a maniacal commitment to excellence. A maniacal commitment to the team. A commitment that doesn't just happen on Sundays. It doesn't just happen from August to February. This is one of the most positive things I've heard in a long time. I anticipate JJ being ready to go. I think he is going to have a hell of a first season. As I said in a previous video, I anticipate the Vikings still knocking on the door of the playoffs next year. I don't anticipate a major fall off. Do I anticipate 14 wins? I didn't anticipate 14 wins this season. So do I anticipate 14 next season? No. We'll look at the schedule and everything when it comes out, but I don't see any reason why, as of this moment, you can't say the Vikings aren't a potential playoff team. And when you have a quarterback who's out there 3 days after the season ended and how it ended, that has got to wear on. If he's the quarterback I think he is as pissed off as about how that game ended and the Detroit game as anyone in that building. And I think that is the case. Just from that picture from the Lions game where he looked pissed off, that everyone on Twitter right now I had point out to me, is comparing him to young Anakin Skywalker in the Star Wars trilogies, which I think is fantastic. Do I think he's Darth Vader? No, I think it's very likely that what we have here is more of a Luke Skywalker. If you're going to go with the Star Wars analogy, my analogy would be we have our Captain Kirk, because I'm a Trek guy. But I think it's beautiful to hear that your starting quarterback is not just vacation time. And I bet he would if he had played the entire season, because he'd need some rest. But fact is that right now, he is single-mindedly, maniacally, with commitment to excellence, working out after the season, days after the season, after his exit interview, with the plan going forward, where everyone is leaving the facility, everyone is leaving, except for the scouts and the head office people. Everyone's gone. Not my quarterback. He's right there. Number 9, baby. I'm ready for a big year next year. I really am. This is going to be something exciting. JJ, I'm not putting no pressure on you, because I think you put all the pressure on yourself. I think you're that kind of guy, that you accept the responsibility of the situation you find yourself in, and you want to excel in that situation to the best of your ability. And the only way to do that is to make sure that you grind more than the other guy, that you work harder than the other guy, that you sweat more than the other guy in practice. And when it comes to game time, it's on time. We know you got some of that dog in you there, guy. You got some of that dog. We need a dog. Because we just saw what happens when we have a person piss down their leg. All respect to Sam. That's the facts. That's the facts. I've seen you in big games, JJ. You the dog. When you beat the dogs, you was the dog. You did the role that you had to do when you won your national championship. I fully expect excellence. And what's great is that my expectation, I know, is infinitesimal compared to his expectation of excellence for himself and the team and the organization. You can already see it. I am pumped for 2025. Skol Vikings.